Hello everyone, welcome to Code Translator tutorial. In this tutorial, I will walk you through Code Translator and show you how it can simplify your everyday translation work. Whether you translate text or tables in an image or scan a PDF or any other format, Code Translator can help you do it faster and more smoothly. So before we get started, we need to set the language pair in Code Translator. So we just go down to status bar, find Code Translator, and right click. And then we can set the language, source language. We want to set it to Japanese. And target language, we want to set it to English, because in today's demonstration, we're going to translate some Japanese text into English. Okay, now let's open our document. And we can see we got some text and table. And this is in the image form. And today I'm just going to show you how to translate this into English. So first, I'm just going to use split mode so I can easily put the original above here and put the translation down here. To translate this text, it's very simple. So we just go down to Code Translator, right click, and click on Screenshot. And then we can take a screenshot of the text. And once we see the message content is ready, we can paste the translation. So this is how we translate text. And to translate table, it's still very similar. So we just go down to Code Translator, click on Screenshot. Then we take a screenshot of this table. And once we see content is ready, we can click on Review. Then the review window will appear. So now we can see the layout of the table has been detected by Code Translator. So we can see these red lines, they're representing the layout of the table. And obviously there's something we need to fix. But before we do that, I just want to let you know that all the lines, they are movable. And you can also remove them. Or we can add more lines, like horizontal ones or vertical ones. So let's fix this layout first. So we can see all the rows have been detected, but the columns, I think we need to add one line here. So we just add one line here. And also we don't have to put these lines strictly on top of the original black lines in the picture. As long as these contents are within the cells, then it's enough. And also when we are trying to determine all the rows and the columns, we can ignore the merged cell. For example, in this case, we have the first row, which is a merged cell. We can ignore it when we determine the rows and columns, because after all the rows and columns are determined, we can come back to the first row and merge it. So we can select all the cells on the first row, then click on Merge. And now the table layout is correct. And we can just click on Generate Table and get the translation straight away. Now you can see this table is here, and we can copy it back to Word if we want. So we can just copy it here. Now we've got this translated table here. We can check the original and the translation to make sure they are 100% correct. Or we can review the translation within the app. And now I'm just going to show you how to do that. So now we are back at this step, and just now we click on Generate Table. Now I'm just going to show you how to review the translation of each cell within this app. So we just click on Review Translation. And now we can see this table is divided into single cell. And we can compare the original and the translation. We can just keep going down like that. And then we can also make it bigger if we want, or make it smaller. Continue this way, and we can change the translation if we need to. And in this step, we can see there are more than one cell are showing up here. So we need to check two things. First, whether they're the same. And second, if the translation is correct. And if we found one of the cell that is different, we can right click delete. And once that one is deleted, it will be reviewed later individually. So once we finish this, we can go to next step. And for this, it's the same. We check whether they're the same, and we check whether the translation is correct. So we just do that, going down to the last cell, and then we can generate the table again. So then this table is fully checked and reviewed. So that's everything you need to know at this stage to get started with CodeTranslator. If you have any questions or need support, please feel free to contact us.